I started by writing some material for Beryl Reid after I'd had a series of all sorts of jobs. Beryl was going into a small review in town, and to try some material out for a television series. And I, in my naivety, said, I could write you something, because I'd met her when I was stooging for my cousin and one or two other folks in a short variety tour in between jobs, ordinary jobs that I had, and mainly with my cousin John. And she was also in those shows, and that's how it came about. So I wrote the material, and then just before the review started, somebody fell ill, they'd got flu or something, so the producer said, look, you know the material, we've only got a very short time, will you come in and do it? And I said, well, all right, yes, why not? I didn't want to make a career of it then at all, but sometime after I'd been with Beryl Reid, I decided that I would have a go, and so I started right at the bottom in a very small little concert party at Galston near Great Yarmouth.
Quite a few people that you've worked with could be described as eccentric, perhaps. I think one or two people might describe the star of Beyond Our Ken and Round the Horne as a little eccentric, perhaps. Radio comedy at the time was something that the whole family sat round the old wireless set and listened to.
I mean, when Beyond Our Ken and Round the Horne were pulling in 20 million listeners a week, it's unbelievable to think that could happen. But of course, radio was still in its heyday then. You could be in a pub, and the pub would empty 5 minutes before that programme started. It was quite amazing, and it all started from there. I had done some radio before. My introduction was through a few episodes of Raise a Laugh and a series for Charlie Chester called A Proper Charlie, but Beyond I Can and Round the Horne lifted me another sort of step up the ladder,
You've done so many great things over the years. I just wonder what your thoughts are on Dad's Army and why it's been so popular. Remains a classic today. It was a hit on radio as well, and in the West End at the Shaftesbury Theatre. What was the secret of success with Dad's Army?
Well, I think, first of all, the comedy was very simple. There was nothing elaborate about it, nothing mysterious about it. It was a simple format, and also, of course, it was based on an actual period in our history. I mean, we did have the 1940s, we had a Home Guard. We're associated with a great time, with a tremendous commitment from everybody in this island when we were threatened by Germany. And we knew who the goodies and the baddies were in the series. I mean, I was the baddie, Arthur Loeb was the goodie, and we were always fighting one another and arguing and so forth. Also, it had a touch of Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin, if you like, of the Mack Sennett silent films. Everybody was falling out of cars and all that sort of thing. We were always throwing ourselves into water or whatever it might be. So there was something there for every generation, really, who wanted to watch it, and it still is now. I mean, to pull in audiences of 8, 9 and 10 million now when they put a repeat on, I think everybody inside the profession is amazed.